Hey guys, hope you're doing well. In today's video, we will learn together how to create filters for a Django viewset using Django Filters. If you are building a web application, you probably need to provide filtering options for users to easily search and narrow down the data displayed on the browsable API. To do so, we are going to learn how to use Django Filters, a third-party package that provides an easy and simple, powerful way to create filters for Django views. By the end of this video, you will have a basic understanding of how to perform this. So let's get started. So I will leave the link to the official documentation of Django Filters package and how to integrate this with Django REST framework in the description box below. So now let's start implementing filters for our viewset. Post. If you remember, we have created that in the last videos, so we'll continue with that example because it's simple and can help you guys understand how to create filters for Django viewset. So now let's go back to Sublime and let's take a look at our viewset, and also let's take a look at the query that is returned by this viewset. You can see here it's if we have many data, let's say 100 post instances, that will be hard to search for specific data there because there is no filtering options here. So let's get started by providing filtering options in this browsable API to help us search for specific data based on our attributes or model attributes. So the first thing we need to do to get started is to install Django Filters package by pip install. So let me just kill the server here, and let's I'm still activating virtual environment. That's great. So let's just say pip install Django filter. Great. So now our Django filter is installed. So the next step is to include it in our settings.py within the installed apps list. So let's put it here under third-party apps, after REST framework, Django filter. So you can see this, you can see all the steps you need in the official documentation. So everything is provided here. So maybe I made a mistake here. I should say underscore instead of filters, instead of hash here. So anyway, so we have now Django filters, and also we need to enable Django filters to be as a filter for our Django REST framework. To do this, you have to go to the official documentation, integration with PDRF section here, and just let's copy and paste this setting to enable Django filters as a filter in our Django REST framework. So let's put this after middleware setting, maybe after but it's okay, let's put it right. So that's all. Let's get rid of this dots. So now our REST framework is our Django filters is enabled as a filter for the Django REST framework. So I'm not missing anything. Great. So now let's start creating our filter for our Django viewset. So the first thing we need to do before we get started, let's put this in let's put it in an independent file instead of putting this in the views or file there. So let's just create new file here called maybe filters.py, and okay, sorry, here I'm doing F, I don't know what's going on. Filters.py. Okay, so now we have to import this from, well, let's import our package first and use it with Django REST framework. So what we need to do, we need to just say from Django filters, import REST framework as filters, and this is also available in the official documentation, so everything is there. Just go there. I just changed the example, give you a very basic way to understand filters and how to create them for a Django viewset. So this is for our first dependency. So now let's define our filter set. So we want to create a filter set for post model. As you can see here, we have this post model, and we are going to use one of the attributes the post model includes to use it as a filterable field. And to do this, let's just define our class here and call it filter or post filter. Maybe that is more descriptive. Set, and then we can use filters, and let's inherit from filter set. This will give us the necessary functionalities to set specific filters for our post model. So let's here just define now our filters. And the best thing we can do here is to go back to models and define and select what can help us, every field that can help us filter out our data very easily. So we are not going to choose alter because if when we are authenticated, we are just going to see our own data. So but maybe we'll use title, of course, and description is long, so it's not a good option, but maybe created ad can be great. So to see the publish, the time when the post is created, so we can use it as filter option. Why not? So let's do that. So now let's have title first. So we can just say filters, and here we can add a field called char filter. So char filter is going to filter on this string. So in that way, we'll make the title, we'll create filter for the title field of the model post. So let's define the name of this filter. So let's put here field name, and this will take the name can be title. Okay, so now we have defined a filter for the title field of the post model. But there is another argument that can help us in our search, is lookup expression. So lookup expression take, let me just put it here. So here it takes two values, I contains or contains. So I contains is the one that we need because it provides case insensitive substring match. So it means it will search for, it will apply the search on the title, but with case insensitive, ability. So it means you can, I think it's clear, right? So you can type, the title in lowercase or in uppercase or both. So you can combine this together and you will get the exact, data that contains that specific title you put in the field. So this will create for as a field. You will see this, in the output, but for now, let's just say contains. But if you don't want to have case insensitive and you want case sensitive, you can just say contains. But I contains is better. So that's for the title. So let's have another filter, and as we said, we want to make created ad also filter option. So let's put here created ad, and let's define this the same way, but here instead of using the character filter, we'll use another parameter or another class here, and this class that comes with filters is called date. to or from, yeah, because we want to perform a range. We want to filter based on range of dates. So from to range. I hope I'm not missing the title here. But anyway, so that's the field we want, because we want to act this generally as a way to provide the start date and end date. So that we can make it easy for users to search for data based on range of date, because they will not have, you know, the format of that date. So if we provide them an easy way for this, that would be more user-friendly way and efficient. Okay, so now we have date from to range, and now we can use some widgets from Django Filters. And the widget that we are going to use here is called, you know, widget. It's coming from Django Filters. And if you go to the official documentation, you can see how to use this. Very simple. So you can just go to widget reference. And you can see here we have link widget, boolean widget, CSV widget. Maybe it's to convert a list to values, but this is where I just get one, you know, my field. So you can see here date from to range filter. So we want to use widget, range widget, to perform this feature. So this widget takes one argument called attribute, and here you can put any parameter you want. So I'm not going to use placeholder, but maybe here we want to define maybe the type of that, you know, field. And yeah, let's go to this in practice. So you can check here, there are a lot of settings you can use in settings reference, but for now let's use this example. And if you go to date from to range, let's input, you know, widget as they provide here, and let's import this first from you know, Django filters dot widget import. I think the widget called range widget, right? And then we have here range widget. So let me make sure the name is exactly, yes, it's exactly range widget. That's good. And it takes one argument. So here attributes, and this takes, I think, dictionary, and then we can have type. So I'll be using type. So you can check the settings in this documentation to look for more attributes you can use. So I would just say data, date. Great. So this is for, you know, our two fields. So I think that's enough for now. And now let's get to the next step. Next step is to define the metadata for this filter, and like we did before for the serializers that we created in the last video, we are going to do the same as well for this post filter set. So we need to define the metadata to be able to specify the model that will take, you know, that will be used as an application for this filter. So here we are going to define this model that the filter is applied to, and the model here is going to be post. So I need to import it from models import post, and then I can go to define as well the available fields for filtering. So as you know, we choose title and created at. So what's I think easy to do here, you can just add this like before. So title, and then we have created at. Nice. So now our filter set is created and we don't miss anything, I hope. Yes, and no error. That's great. So now let's go back to our view set. And the view set here, we don't define yet our filter set class to be, you know, applied on this view set, so that we can be able to filter out the query set that is returned by post view set. So let's first import from filters. Oops. Import post filter set. So I think that's the name I choose here. Sorry. And let's define now our filter set class. So by saying filter set class, and then we can put the class here post filter set. So now if we save and run the server again, okay, so Python manage.py run server. Okay, so here we have an issue that said syntax. Oh, maybe I didn't close this. Okay, let me go to settings.py. I don't know why I forget this. Awesome. Anyway, so I'm going to put this now. And now let's just oh, okay, cannot import name REST framework. I misspelled again as well. Where I put this in filters.py. Okay, thank you Django for catching this. No model name Django filters .widget. Really? Oh, maybe because maybe it's not the exact thing. Oh, oh my goodness, I made a lot of mistakes here. I'm sorry guys for this, so maybe I should say that. Now finally it's working, but that's okay. Now it's good. So let me go back to my view set and refresh the page. Awesome. Could you catch the change? Here is the change. We have now this filters button. So if we click on it, you can see we have 2 or 3 fields that we can use to filter out our own data. So before we start filtering, let's check, our examples we have. So let's first check the date. So we have here data created today, and one created yesterday, and some post created on February. On Feb. Maybe in Feb on 26th, and this one is on 11, on 12 in March. Okay. Great, so I just want to remember a little bit, the titles. That's awesome. So I would look for example 111, and I would just use one field here. So let's say example. Maybe let's just put 111 without this. If you take a look at this, you can see you get the exact post here. But also I can say example in that way, and it's still giving me the same output. That's great. So now let's check for the post I created in March. So I would choose this from March 1 to March 31, 2023, and check this. Oh, we don't have any post here. Maybe okay, let me just go back from 1. Okay, there's something wrong because I don't see, because I have data in March here, 2011, but there is something wrong. Oh, maybe because I didn't specify. Oh, that's strange. If I do this, okay, I don't understand it. I'm doing well. So these are the posts being created from that filter, but what about, sorry here. do 20. Okay, I still get 2 here. If I do 31, yeah, that works. Maybe I made something wrong. Sorry guys for getting confused here, but that's all. That's how you can create, you know, Django filters. Sorry, filters for a Django view set. Hope you find it, you know, useful. But let me just do one more check here for data that were created in February. But honestly, guys, I think the best thing we can do here is to write unit test for sorry here, February. But February doesn't have. Okay, if I submit this, you can see we have 3 posts now for February. That's awesome. So that's all for how to create filters for Django viewset using Django Filters package. Hope you can find this helpful and give you a basic idea on how to create filters. Maybe you can use that in your own web application. So maybe in the future videos, we'll discuss together how to write unit tests for the filters we created. Maybe it would be better to do this instead of just, you know, testing things manually, right? So I prefer writing unit tests for that. So that's all for now. Hope you find it great. So if you have any question, comment, feedback, recommendation, don't hesitate to leave that in the comments below. That's all. Bye for now.